Judge, you've saved his life.
I feel your pain. If I could hug you, I would, Mr. Gutierrez, you know?
Hi, Judge Ransom.
Thank you for waiting.
Of course. Your Honor, I have Mr. Ernesto Gutierrez on the docket this morning.
Okay.
The state, well, whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
The state has made an offer, Judge, of 270 days Harris County Jail. We are coming to you today for, as without any to see if you have a recommendation on this case.
Do we have a dead body in the case?
Judge, I'm gonna grab my chief for this.
Kelsey, can you please?
Page, please.
Yes.
Hey, Judge, can you please write in?
Let me put it to where there's an announcement. Sorry.
Council for reset. Is it right now?
Okay. Hi, Ms. Ziegler. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
So it's making a firearm accessible to a child. Did someone pass away as a result?
So this one was the defendant, the father of the children. There were 3 children playing. And then the gun or the weapon was found on the bed, and one of the children was trying to get rid of the gun and then ended up shooting and killing his 10-year-old brother, shooting in the side of his head. And I spoke with Caroline on this, but I was more comfortable deferring to you without an agreed rec on what you thought was appropriate here.
I don't know.
I looked at the mitigation packet, but
What did you think?
if for some reason the case is 2 years old and it was only a 7-page packet, I felt that his statement wasn't really, taking as much responsibility overtly for this. And then it was images of their family. I understand all of that, but with 2 years going on, I don't know why this wasn't resolved with the other chiefs or what's going on, but I just wanted to see a little more with it.
Mr. Gutierrez, come up. Come up.
And Your Honor, do you have translated records?
Oh, he doesn't speak English.
No.
Got it.
Morning, Judge.
Hi, Luis, how are you?
Kelsey, you wanna?
So are you okay with going without an agreed rec? Ms. Ziegler, are
Sorry?
you okay with going without an agreed rec?
Yes, sir.
Where was the weapon initially? Do you know?
It was found on the bed.
Fue encontrada en la cama.
Just a gun is just, do we know where it was initially before it was used? I guess that's my question.
There were several guns in the house. If you one moment, let me pull up the OR, but this one that was involved in the accident was found on the bed.
Encontrada en la cama.
1 second.
Un momento.
Yeah.
The mother, the complainant, next of kin advised that she was told that one of her children was trying to make the bed and in the process moved the firearm and it was discharged.
Disparó.
And the child did not know that the gun was loaded.
La arma estaba cargada.
That's a worst nightmare.
I know.
Just-
Pesadilla
It's awful.
terrible.
I don't know. I
No,
don't. I think that there has to be some punishment, right?
Your Honor, we're happy to, speak to him and have him redo his mitigation packet.
paquete de mitigación
But
otra
the
vez.
thing is that he's had the chance to do it. You know what you're supposed to do. And if you can't own up to it at that time, then, I mean, that's truly what you mean at that time. Right? So, I'd like to see it, if you don't mind, his letter to see
Para ver
how he feels. Is he truly remorseful? You know, because,
que
you know, on one end, I would think that the fact that your own child is dead because of you, is that punishment enough? Right?
I was at too, Your Honor, which I was conflicting.
If you can't even take responsibility for it,
no responsabilidad por
I
ello.
mean,
And
You
the
know,
next of kin, the mother, the prior chief did speak with her in person. We followed up with her over the phone. And she has expressed they've all been to therapy, obviously, and she said to leave it up to us.
are they still together? Is the family still together?
Are,
Estoy seguro que es
yes,
So let's do this. Let's get the plea done. I'd like to get it done today. It's 200 days old. Do it. There's going to be some. Okay?
algo. Okay.
Not as much, but there's going to be some. And then, but then I'd like to see his letter first, though, if you don't mind. Okay? And then,
This is Spanish, so.
it's okay. I can read it. Spanish. And then, do you want to go ahead and write it up and do it today?
Quieren
Or do you want, tell me how you want to do this.
I would, whatever the recommendation is, I would like some time to talk to him
tiempo para
about it.
poder hablar.
Okay.
And if he would like to take it
Si
today, then we
él
can take
quisiera
it
hacerlo,
today. If not,
entonces,
then I would
pero
ask
si
for
no, pues
something
pediría
before.
por
No, if he doesn't take it, we're going to set it. It's 200 days old. It's time. So I guess let me take a look at the letter. Let me read it and then I'll get back to you. And then give me 15 minutes. Let me just talk to them and then, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I'll print it right now.
He doesn't talk about the event at all.
I was
Doesn't.
concerned, Your Honor.
So, typically when they do these types of packets, they usually mention what happened, some kind of, acceptance, if they're going to apply for the diversion, right? And acceptance of responsibility is always one of the things in diversion, right? In the agreements.
Right, yes,
Isn't that
sir.
something that you always, in the DWI, do they also have to accept responsibility as well?
Yes, sir.
Just for example, because I don't know.
Right, yes, sir, they do.
So he doesn't talk about this, doesn't do anything.
Your Honor, if I may, put together that mitigation packet and sent to them. I don't know that I would be specifically overseeing it. I am with the firm. I might not be the attorney of record, however, I do know that the worst thing that could possibly happen to him has happened to you. And if the state would agree to write.
I think what I would like is I want to redo. I want more. I want to know, how has this affected you? What have you done since that time? Have you done anything? And this is just said, hey, man, I was born elsewhere. I came here and I try to follow the law and I try to teach my kids. That's all this literally says. So please, let's set it for a week because it's as old as it is. Let him know we need more. I want to know what happened, specifically what happened. How did it happen? How has it affected you? And then what have you done since then? Right? Those things. And then let's come back in a week and then we can, redo it. I don't know yet as far as you know, but to me, being proactive goes a long way. I know that losing a child is a lot because I couldn't imagine, right? But show me.
Your Honor, I think that there's a layer of,
If he doesn't accept, then we're going to let him know. If he does not accept responsibility, then we go to trial. Because one of the things when you plead guilty is you have to accept responsibility. It's just one of the core things, right? So you either are guilty or you're not guilty. There's just no in between. Yeah? Okay. Here, I'll give that back to you. And then let's set it a week and then just good luck. Yeah. And you know, for me, I love proactivity. You know, I love when people do stuff on their own initiative to show, hey, I care, but words mean nothing. It's actions that really tell me when a person has been proactive, not just telling me stuff, because everybody tells me things, you know, and you know, when you're a judge, it's like they tell you everything. Okay, yes, of course.
A unique situation with our SAD areas, the firearm was a child. And Luis is here to translate. The court requested a mitigation package to where my client would admit responsibility. So I'll wait on Chief, but I would like to address the court briefly. Whenever it may please.
So this is, what are we doing? Is he,
Yes, sir. So we got more.
this is the one where you guys wanted like 300 days in jail or something like that, right?
I'm trying to print out that contract for you.
Judge, may I address the court?
Sure.
To refresh the court's memory, this is a tragic case. It's very sad. Long story short, he left the gun out and the kid shot another kid, blew the kid's head off. When I first met Mr. Gutierrez, he was devastated. He was crying in my office. And just to refresh the court's memory, when you arraigned him, and Luis was translating, he couldn't even get through the arraignment without having a mental breakdown. The guy feels absolutely horrible. At this point, I'm worried he's going to kill himself or have suicidal tendencies in the future. I just told Chief, and I represented the court, it doesn't matter, this court, and I know it's just a class A, but just to prove a point, I don't think it would matter if the court gave him 1 day or sentenced him to death. I think the guy wants to die anyway. So it doesn't make a difference to us whether it's 1 day in jail or 100 years in jail. The guy's going to hate himself the rest of his life. And so the last offer on the table is 270 days in jail. I guess that's 3 for 1, it's 3 months. But to me, Judge, it doesn't make sense. I think justice has already been served. I think the guy hates himself for the rest of his life. I think his family's in shambles. I think at this point, and I'll defer to the wisdom of the court, I just think that the best thing that we can do for this guy is to get him some help, some professional mental help. And so
He hasn't done any of that so far?
well, I'm sure he's done a couple of classes, but
I mean,
I know. I don't think, Judge, that jail is going to help him. I think it's just going to make it worse.
I don't know, but I don't want to make a commitment on what I would do or what I would not want to do. You guys, if you want to come to me without an agreed rec, I want to look at everything that's out there. We do the plea and then I'll give you, and then I'll do, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't. And I want to go through everything. I want to read what this, see what he has done since the beginning of the case to now, which is 200 days. And then, you know, are you okay to go without an agreed rec?
Yes, sir. And what I just handed you when we approached on this last week, it was that mitigation packet, but then the additions to what I just handed you now is to the first letter that the defendant wrote himself. And then regarding things that have been done since this, the complainant did tell me that they have been to therapy, and that's as much as I know.
Okay. So I guess you guys do what you want to do. If you want to go do without an agreed rec, write it up. We can do it today. It's time to set it though. I mean, if you guys don't want to do that, if you don't want to accept that, then we got to set it for trial today.
Yes, so what I'm gonna represent to the court, and I've already told Chief, is that if she's hell bent on the 270, I'm okay with that. But at this point, my office, and we're trying to figure out if it's better to go to you or to the jury for punishment.
And I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything now.
Right, and so we're ready to go ahead and set it, today for whatever, Judge.
Well, it's today, it's either plea or we'll set it for trial. So you tell me. Okay.
Well, let me.
I'm not gonna, like, if we're gonna set it for trial, we're gonna go. I don't want to play games where we set it and then he pleads guilty.
Completely understand. Is there a way to set it for basically we plead today and then he does the PSI and then we go to you for punishment?
That's what we'd be doing today anyways,
Right, okay.
you know?
We agreed to without an agreed rec, if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's where I was at.
I want to look at everything.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not ready to commit because I don't really know that much about it anyway. So let me know what you guys want to do. If you want to set up for trial, we can. If you want to do the plea today, we can, and we'll do everything today.
So there would be no PSI, I guess? Okay,
We're doing that now.
understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay, Judge. All right, thank you very much. May I be excused?
Hey, come on up.
Permission to approach?
Of course.
So Judge, we're ready to go forward with the plea and then come back at a later date.
Okay.
There are some major immigration issues. I asked your team to help me get someone on the record in here.
We don't have anyone here now, so we can roll it to tomorrow if you want. We can do it
It's okay,
tomorrow.
as long as we just take notes and kind of document it. Basically, Judge, I've been telling him.
Got the waiver,
Right.
and I can also make a documentation that you've,
Just because I've told him to seek immigration advice and he never has.
I'll make a documentation. Yeah, absolutely. If you want, we can roll it to tomorrow, do it tomorrow.
I'm trying to go forward as long as we just,
I promise you I'll make a documentation. Okay. Mr. Gutierrez, we're doing a straight, or are we, oh, no, we're just pleading without an agreed rec. That's right.
I need his summary. I think his summary.
Oh,
Please. We need you. Tienes que firmar y poner. All right, shh. Mr. Gutierrez, you are charged with making a firearm accessible to a child. This is a Class A misdemeanor and you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You are here before me now because you have not been able to come up to an agreement with the state. State is waiving and they are agreeing for you to come to punishment with me regarding this offense. Is this how you understand it? You need to understand that you waive a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. Once you enter into this agreement, you cannot back out. You cannot get cold feet. Say, you know what? I changed my mind. I'd rather go to trial or I'd rather do something else. Do you understand? You need to also understand that you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charge read in open court. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal as well. Is this how you understand it? Okay. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to reserve sentencing now until what day?
Your Honor, whatever pleases the court, we'll make sure that the witnesses are ready to go.
Okay, I'm okay with whatever, do you want to do the week of the 30th? I'm okay with whatever day you want. You guys pick it. It doesn't matter to me.
That'll work, Judge.
You know, there's one more thing that you need to understand is that this can have grave consequences on immigration. If you are not a citizen of this country and you ever want to become a citizen, if you ever want to get documents, if you want to become an LPR, a lawful permanent resident, this could affect that.
Eso puede afectar.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende?
Yes, sir.
Have you gone to seek immigration counsel?
La ayuda migratoria o apoyos migratorios.
No, sir.
That's probably something that if you're not a citizen, I would probably do.
María, probablemente.
You know, this is your life. He has told me that he's counseled you to do this, and I guess you still haven't done it. You need to take these things seriously because they can have very serious consequences on you and more so on your family.
Más que todo con tu familia.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende?
Okay. So what I'll do is okay, I've marked here that you've advised him to seek counsel of an immigration lawyer. He has not done that so far, so that in the event something should happen, you've also filled out the immigration form, I'm presuming, right? Okay. You know, these cases, Mr. Gutierrez, are never pretty. I can't imagine. Is the death of a child enough punishment? I don't know. I would certainly hope that at this point, you don't have any guns in the house. Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter what you're doing, but I hope that it's enough that you've taken all weapons out of your house now, because kids will be kids. That's what they are. They don't understand. I don't know what we're going to do at this point, but I will tell you this, Mr. Gutierrez, that I really, really, and truly appreciate proactivity when it comes to behavior. And so that I can appreciate that so that I know that you appreciate the consequence of what has happened here. Because this is about one of the worst things that can possibly happen. It's horrible. It's terrible. And I shudder to think that if one of my kids had been in this position, it's just. So let's come back, Mr. Gibbons, and
John.
when we come back, show me what you have. I guess we'll talk to your witnesses. And I'll tell you that, like I said, proactivity goes a long way. You know,
Sure.
you telling me you've done something means nothing. Actions speak louder than words.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Yes, Your
All right, guys. So we'll see you. You pick the day and we'll see you on that day.
Honor.
Okay?
May we be excused? Thank you. Thanks.
Order in the court, going on the record. Holding all conversations.
Okay, we are on the record in cause number 247-3585. Today is January 2nd, Thursday, January 2nd. It's approximately 10:14 a.m. Guys, if you would please announce yourselves for purposes of the record.
The state, Kelsey Siegler.
For defense, Garrett Gibbons and Brett Landrial, representing Ernesto Gutierrez.
Mr. Ernesto Gutierrez stands charged with the offense of making a firearm accessible to a child. He's facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We were here last time on December 19th state having offered 270 days in jail and defense and state couldn't come up to an agreement. And so state waived. Defense has come to us for punishment, asking the court to punish Mr. Gutierrez with regard to this case. We have done the agreement. He has pled guilty to the offense. So now we are set for punishment in this case today. One of the things that I would like to know is how this has changed you, Mr. Gutierrez. What have you done differently?
Ha cambiado totalmente mi vida.
My life has changed completely.
Mi trabajo, mi vida social,
My work, my social life,
todo.
everything.
What have you done differently? So that we know that you appreciate the gravity of what has happened. What have you done differently?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Losing a child is probably one of the worst things that can happen in life. You know, when you have a child, you are tasked with loving, protecting, raising, making that person the best they can be. That is the duty of a father. Here, you allegedly left a gun on a bed. The child found the gun, or one of the children found the gun, and did the unthinkable. What have you done that is, so I know that you appreciate the gravity of what has happened? Did you go to therapy? Did you see a psychologist? What have you done?
Mi familia y yo hemos estado asistiendo a terapias.
My family and I have been attending therapy.
Trabajamos 3 meses con trabajadores, estuvieron visitando trabajadores sociales.
We, for 3 months, were being visited by social workers.
So CPS got involved, I guess. What happened with that? Anything?
Pues durante ese tiempo ellos estuvieron asistiendo a mis niños.
Well, during that time,
A mi
they were
esposa y
helping
a
my
mí.
children, my wife and myself,
Para ayudarnos con la situación.
to help us with that
So
situation.
you had a CPS plan in place then? Is CPS still involved in your life now? How long are they expected to be in your lives?
¿Cuánto tiempo esperan que ellos estén?
Ellos estuvieron casi 4 meses con nosotros.
They were with us for almost 4 months,
Y aún tenemos contacto con la psicóloga.
and we still are in touch with the psychologist that helped us.
Personalmente he tomado todas las medidas para que mis hijos no estén solos.
Personally,
En la
I have
casa.
taken measures to make sure that my children are not alone in the house.
Todo el tiempo mi esposa ha estado con ellos y
My
ahorita mi
wife
padre,
has been with them the entire time, and even right now,
mientras yo trabajo para sostener a mí.
while I work to support them.
Ah, ha sido bien difícil.
It's been very difficult.
How many children do you have now?
But I find it great.
Did you just have another child?
Your Honor, they're all here today.
Sí.
Yes.
What do you want?
Your Honor, May I address the court? Okay. Judge, this is a very good man. I have hundreds of clients. As you know, being a judge, not all of them are good. Oftentimes, there's a lot of bad people in this world that, over the course of the past few months, I've gotten the honor, the privilege of getting to know this man, getting to know his family, sitting here in your honorable court today. These are good people from Venezuela. And Judge, in my first 2 or 3 years of practice, I did catastrophic injuries, wrongful death, personal injury work. I saw oftentimes a horrible accident like this would happen. Husband and wife would divorce, families would be, left in shambles. This is a man that the family really needs. He's the sole provider of the house. He's a good father. He's a good husband. When the wife and the kids came to my office last week, when we talked about this case and I was preparing them for today, the wife couldn't even look me in the eyes. The children had a panic attack. They're scared to death that they're going to lose their father, their husband, everything to them. He's the glue that holds the family together. And he's scared to death of the great power, Judge, that you have and that this court has. And I told you this last time during the guilty plea, and I'll tell the court this now. Judge, it really doesn't matter if you give this guy,
Get it? Sure.
but if you give him, deferred, or you give him a death penalty, I know I'm being, I know I'm embellishing. It doesn't matter if the court gives him 100 years in prison. This man will never forgive himself. He hates himself.
What do you want?
Judge, I want the best case scenario. I don't know if the court can give a diversion or intervention. That would be great. If not, at the very worst, deferred adjudication, Judge, because I want to keep this man out of prison because his family needs him. I brought them today. They will also tell His Honor how much they need him, and that without him going to prison, prison is not, jail is not the place for this gentleman. Because then those kids will grow up without a dad. All financial contributions will be over with, and this whole family will be destroyed. And then most likely, there's a very strong possibility that he will be deported. We've already, admonished him ourselves about this, but Ernesto, I want you to look at the judge. Are you sorry?
No.
Do you acknowledge the fact that you have messed up?
Sí,
Do you take responsibility for this?
total.
Totally.
Do you hate yourself?
Se odia a usted mismo. Yes.
And are you begging the judge for mercy?
Ando al juez que de misericordia. Yes.
Do you understand that he has the power to throw you in jail and throw away the key and you sit there and rot away?
Yes.
Tell him why you deserve mercy.
Porque usted merece misericordia.
Yo no quiero que mi familia quede solo.
I don't want my family to be left
Yo soy
alone.
el soporte de mi familia.
I am the sole support of my family.
Is there anything else you want to tell the judge?
Algo más que le quiero decir al juez.
Pido piedad. Solo pido piedad que tenga
He was asking for mercy. Be merciful on me.
no solamente esta situación va a afectar a mí, sino a mis hijos también.
This situation is not just going to affect me, but also my children as well.
Your Honor, would you like to hear from the wife
Quisiera oír de
or the kids or the father and
I
friend?
think that they've probably been punished enough for this, really.
Thank you,
Do you want
Judge.
to add anything?
Just that you've seen more cases than any of us, and I know that you'll do the right thing, so we will defer to you. And I understand when we first met to show signs of remorse and things that he's done after that, and it appears he has done those things.
I will tell you this, that if this were a case where there had been the death of someone else's child, then I think that would absolutely 100% unequivocally be jail. and a really long and healthy jail sentence. But in this case, I think that when you do something of this nature where you end up with the death of your own child, I think that that's about as bad as it gets. You know, I really feel for you. You know, it's not going to be an easy thing to, you know. I don't think
Yo no creo.
something with a dismissal is appropriate in this case, because I think the world needs to be on notice of what has happened, you know? And, you know, I shudder to think that anytime you look at a picture, anytime you do an activity, it's gonna bring up a memory, you know? I have a problem dealing with it myself. Just think before you act. Think before you speak, because kids are crafty. I've seen this all too much. And we had a case here where a kid lined up, you know, a bookcase that was 15 feet high, took a gun and killed. Just, if you have weapons, you don't need to have them accessible or even near a child. I sentence you to 1 year in jail. I'm going to probate it for 2. I'm not going to put you in jail now because I think that I hope that this is punishment enough. I am going to keep tabs on you so I know that you're doing well, though. I'm not going to let you go for 2 years. And I want him to do thinking for a change. I don't want you to be in possession of weapons. I don't want you to consume alcohol. I don't want you to consume illegal drugs. You mess up, I am going to put you in jail. If you pick up a new case, I will put you in jail. I think that if I were to put you in jail now, what it would probably end up doing is punishing your family more than you. And there are a lot of people that depend on you. Make the right decision. It's not hard. And I mean, leaving a gun on a bed. Anything else you think? I don't care about the money. Money is the least of my concern. That's a good idea. Although he's probably having to do it with CPS regardless. So let's see if he's doing it with CPS. And then, you know, just the idea is that you leave here better than you came. That's what makes us happy. And that's what we strive for every single person that comes through our court. We want you to leave better than you came. I feel your pain. If I could hug you, I would, Mr. Gutierrez, you know? But it's tragic. It sucks. All right, guys.
Your Honor, may I address the court?
Sure.
We just want to thank you so much for the compassion that you've shown, Mr. Gutierrez, and it's just an honor to be before you. We really appreciate you hearing us out, and you know, will you tell Judge thank you?
Thank you.
Judge, you've saved his life, so I hope you know that. May we be excused?
You got it.
Thank you, Judge.